There it is. What's going on, bro? Hopefully let me do something real quick. All right, boom. Hopefully everything back. But there it is, man. What's going on, world? Trying to get it up the street, get a little more lighting. Retracing my steps from the last one actually, which is kind of, well, I could be wrong because I think the last one I did, truancy hour wise was actually, hold on, boom, there we go. Last one I did truancy hour wise was actually yesterday morning, and in the morning time they had I was at the bench at the park, right before opening of the library, so I was kind of doing that whole thing right there. But that was a whole nother situation. And then what I'm saying in terms of retracing my steps is if you were here for the one before that, because the one before that, I was up on this side, hitting up the bench that I'm going to right now. So I always be smoking at this bench. Decent lighting. You can't even see me, can you? Damn, that's fucked up. I might have to walk down the street. Because the thing is, I don't want to be smoking in the no smoking area. I don't know if I'm supposed to smoke over here either. I might walk. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna walk. Like I said, man, the park be fenced off, man. That's my issue with it. That's my main issue. But I knew I should have left earlier. If I had left earlier, it would still been bright outside. But it is what it is right now. Let's see, man. I'm gonna walk. You don't see me here. If you don't see me, you'll see the light shining off the microphone, I should say. But yeah, there it is, man. Anyway, I don't know, man. I had a lot of plans this morning. Like I was like, maybe I'll hit the gymnasium, the open gym from 10 to 2. That's what it's looking like on Thursdays. I was either gonna do that, sit around at the library, but I was like, I did the library thing before, and I got nothing to upload necessarily. But I got a couple videos I can edit. But I might as well do a few of those at the house. So I think in the morning, I actually worked on a boxing video that's gonna come out tomorrow evening, so like 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. about, just about. So that'll be a thing to look forward to. And then yeah, I got to work on some other stuff. But I did get a chance to productively record 2 video game things, and I was taking my sweet time on the second one. First one I had to redo like twice. Third one I had to redo like 3 times, which is crazy. Excuse me. Second one I had to redo 3 times. But towards the end of it, I ended up just doing like an hour and 20 or something like that because I was trying to level up my character. So it looks like I have a handful more missions to take care of before I can finish uploading that. But the whole point of me trying to complete that video game, which is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance specifically, the whole point for me doing that is because what is it? Not Hollow Knight, but the sequel to Hollow Knight, if not the prequel, the Silk Song is coming out. I think September 4th. So I want to have time to just whenever I'm off, like I'll have it on Steam, and then I'll probably be playing it, utilizing the Wi-Fi and whatnot. So then I could just upload it, not upload, but like stream it straight off the library, and then I'll see if my connection at the because sometimes I use a Wi-Fi at different spots. Cafe is not as reliable, so cafe and Starbucks Wi-Fi is not as reliable, so that's my main issue. But that library shit be cool. It'd be smooth, man. So, but yeah, if you just now dropping in, I'm walking down the street. I'm trying to walk over to the park because I can get more light over there. You know, I'm sad I was sitting at the benches and I was like, every time I sit here, there's light, but I forgot it's like summertime afternoon. So I don't have much light right now. So when you see the green light right here on the chest, that's the what do you call this? The microphone clipped on. So yeah, I appreciate everybody dropping in. Thank you for being here. I'm about to just walk down the street, post up, and then we just chop it up a little bit. Might end up walking inside the store. I know we got the microphone attached, so see what the fiend's talking about. I shouldn't even call them that. A lot of them just homeless, really. But yeah, I'm gonna see what they on. See what they about over there. Gotta grab something to drink. But yeah. I remember last time. Every time I be walking in there, what's going on, JD? JD, do you prefer JJ or JD? Let me know, because I always said JD because it was like Jade's way, so I went JD instead of going this way, if that makes sense. But if JJ is the one, JJ1 is the truth, like that's the real name. But I've always said JD, but I could switch that, man. We can change that right now, because I don't want to make that a habit if it's a bad thing. So just let me know, man. I appreciate it. Either way, you know. But let me know, JJ or JD. Either way, either way. But yeah, I'm walking down the street right now, JD. I'm trying to get to the light. What's bro on? Hold on. Let's make sure. Yeah, let me know. I fuck with JD. You got hella people calling me J. Oh, really? Hey, let me know if you want me to start just going J1 to right now or J1. We could do J1. Either way, I mean, just let me know. You know, because I'm so used to calling people. I remember I just looked at the username. I was like, I mean the yeah, that's right, username. I was like JD, and I was trying to pronounce it, but then everybody was doing it, tournament style. I'm too used to the JD. Like I feel okay, okay, that's cool, that's cool. I was hoping. I was like, man, I thought about it one day. I was like, yeah, we've been kind of calling him JD for a while, but I wonder if that's really his initials or anything. Like, I wonder if it's part of his name at all. I always thought about that. That's kind of funny. And it's like when you have new orgs and other people that read your name, like I like how they pronounce it, because my niece, when she came to a Beyblade tournament like last year or something, her name is Hannah, but she put her name as Hannah na 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 na, like with hella like dashes and hella na 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 in there. So then the actual organizers and judges were actually like announcing like, hey, at Stadium 3, Hannah na 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 na, and then she's like, you don't have to pronounce the whole thing, and they were like, nope, that's your username, so we're gonna try to pronounce it. And I was like, that's funny as hell. You better get trolled. You trolled yourself with that name. I was telling my niece about that. But yeah, that shit. What's it called? I almost like forgot to upload all my videos from the weekend, and Monday, because Saturday we had the tournament, and then Sunday we had the tabletop village meet, and then Monday I went to the gym. So I just finished uploading my boxing gym stuff. So I think tomorrow evening that'll drop. I try to give it about a 24-hour thing, 24-hour span to upload or whatever. I'm gonna hit this fucking corner store, man. I hate rocking the mic when I walk up in there, but I be feeling intrusive. And then some random I gonna say, like I said, I want to say fiends, but some of the homeless people that I be knowing from around the way, like they just be like getting hella comfortable asking questions, and I'm like, man, I'm just trying to go about my day, bro. Trying to buy my drink, walk down, walk down here, or walk over across the street. Saying get my little recording in. But this is what it is. Yeah, I thought I see, and that's why I called the community center the other day. I was like, what time is the open gym and the whoop up the fitness center? They were just like, they told me the times. Fitness center is damn near like all day till like 9 at night and shit. I'm like, damn, man. So, yeah, I knew I forgot something when I left the house. I should have grabbed a drink. I knew I forgot some shit. It literally my homegirl I saw on the last late, or not late night, but the last night live stream, and I was walking home at night. Like my homegirl that I saw on the way home, I literally saw her again on the way, like walking up the hill, which is funny as hell. I was like, I couldn't really spot her at first, but I noticed the two dogs that she had, because she had like a little she had one pit bull and one bulldog. So I remember that shit. But this dude disappeared. What the fuck? Yeah, bro. Seeing that though. JD, how you been though, man? Enough about me. How you been doing? I just stayed at the house most of the day, bro. I'm just not getting out right now, which is funny as hell. I was like, I need to grab something to drink. I don't think it worked like that. And hit the left on me. Yeah. How you been doing, JD? Let me know if that's an okay question to ask, bro. We've been chilling the whole time, or I've been chilling the whole time. I gotta figure this out right now. So, oh shit, yeah. You know, when I know what to choose, bro, I'll just grab like a Fiji. But I've been trying to hit the vitamin water a little more. What's going on, bro?
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, man? Uh, I forgot. I think last time I was here at Fiji, you've been chilling. I've been up 34 hours trying to fix. What? Are you off like is it a medication or something? I know that happens with some people. What did I get last time? Vitamin water. I don't want to be the guy with the Fiji. That's why. That might be the only size. It's the only size. I might as well grab this. Pause on that. Yeah. The sleep stuff. How's it going, man? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the sleep stuff. I've been kind of dealing with that today. Oh shit. So I kind of see what you're saying. That's hard, yeah. Always go. Oh. Good. All right, man. Thank you. Some see. Oh yeah. You talking about like just regular life shit? Man, I think about that because sometimes we had a. I shouldn't say sometimes, but last when the fuck was this, bro? It was like I think it was a muckle shoot or some other stuff. When this sheep get his hair cut. About the what? The Baba shop. I don't know, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Hi, Chief Chipmunk. What's going on with you, bro? Appreciate you dropping in. I was gonna say, yeah, we had a. Speaking of fuck shit, like we had a Beyblader in the community that, I think it was last year or something. They went through something. Yeah, thanks for being here, man. Um, they dealt with like some form of domestic abuse or some shit. I'm gonna cross the street. Hold on. Yeah, they went through some form of domestic abuse, either with someone that they were living with or someone's house that they were crashing at. And it was I don't know how to explain it. It was like I remember messaging them because their name got called during the roll call, and I was like, let me just message them and see how they're doing. And then what ended up happening was they didn't they weren't able to pick up. So they're like, yeah, I can't even make it. There's some shit that happened. So I was like, let me know what happened. It's like, yeah, this person I'm like living with right now, they just did some wild shit to me. Like they kind of hurt them or something. So I don't know the specifics, but when I heard that shit, I was like, that's kind of a cause for concern. So I think like literally next week or next 2 weeks, the next tournament, they had a same thing, another roll call. And then I remember I messaged him like, "You doing all right?" Like, I'm gonna be honest, James, I'm like homeless right now. All this weird. They said all this crazy shit. I can't remember exactly what it was. And I was like, damn. But it was just like it was like one thing after another that just seemed to kind of spiral out. And then at some point they just let me know like, yeah, I had to pretty much like either sell or get rid of my whole uh Beyblade supply because of this domestic abuse situation, which kicks me out the house, but at the same time, has they were living like a shelter. So fast forward, I think in more recent time, I seen somebody post an old picture of some tournament shit. Because the thing is, I started showing up the tournaments in like 2024 summer, which is last year. But I guess like a year before that, there was they did take pictures and shit, and they've been going to the tournaments for like 2-3 years or something. But all this, that's why I say all this to say like, yeah, man, just take care of yourself and everybody take care of each other, because in a flash of a heartbeat, like just moments like that, like moments that you get hanging out with people, community shit, they could just be gone in a flash. You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong. I'm pretty sure that at some point they'll recover. One of the tournaments they really wanted to show up to, I guess they got upset because they're like, hey, I want to show up, but you have a hygiene rule and I'm living out of a shelter. And then it was like, hey, we're not saying that you can't show up, but you just got to be very mindful of hygiene right now, and everyone's, because we're going to be in cramped space. And then it's like maybe you got to prioritize your shelter situation before you come back to the events. It's like it's kind of a fucked up thing to say, but at the same time, it's one of those like, damn, it's just sad that they had to go through that. If that, long story short, it's just sad that they had to go through that. But I say, like I said, I say all this to say, like, when you're going through stuff, man, just make sure you find some people you can kind of lean on, because the good times they should always be on the up and up. You know what I mean? Like, they should always be on the up and up, and they shouldn't go away because we feel isolated or no one's gonna help us or reach out, or you know what I mean. So I think about that shit. I think about that particular individual. You know, we have people that kind of just crash out on themselves, and it doesn't, for whatever reason, it doesn't work out in the long run. It sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks. But yeah, bro. Joan Safika, what's going on? Why you hit me with all the emojis? I appreciate you being here though. Joanne. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Safika, let me know if that's right. Let me know if I got that one right. Damn, I might have walked the wrong direction. You walked the circle the other way. Matter of fact, I think I'm okay right here. Because I want to post up the, I might have to sit at the bleachers. Boom, let me hit him with this. That net batter up. Here with that batter up. With the cages off on the dugout. You know? So yeah. Yeah, I think back to a lot of these people, man. I just like, I hope everyone's doing good. But that's why, yeah, when I do my lives, I get selfish here and there. I be forgetting to say what's up. But yeah, you're pulling up to the event on the 7th. Hold on, let me adjust this. Put that like this. There we go. You put up to the event on the 7th. Yeah, we're trying. Oh shit. You prop this the right way. I think they're preparing right now for is that a cop car? Oh no, okay. It's like an open close sign from some shop. But what was I gonna say? Everyone's right now is trying to prepare for the fuck is that shit called? There's like a Halloween event that may or may not happen. So I don't know the specifics on that. I feel like you were there last year, right, for the Halloween stuff, or did you show up the first time for Christmas? I don't remember. But yeah, I don't really remember. I'm looking back at it. I gotta think back to this. I don't know if I like. I think I want the drink in front or behind it. I don't know if I rock with that. We'll do this. This is the best setting I can do. No, it was November-ish, so more like November. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Trying to think back to all these events that we've had. I have most of them documented too. Season 0. Oh, that was the legit first one. Holy shit. You know what? That's funny because that is when I walked up to you and just like introduced. I think I introduced myself. So I was like, you just seem new, but I was like, oh, he's probably new. So I just decided to talk to you. But I remember like my first event, there was like 3 or 4 new people, which is funny as hell. Emma's World, what's going on? Am I saying that correctly? Emma's World. Thank you for dropping in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, season 0 was crazy. And you know what's funny? If you look at this, if you go back to WBL and you look up season 0, the winning combinations for first, second, and third, everybody used Wizard Rod 960 ball in that era, which is funny as hell. And if you look in this era, you'll see a lot of hover wyverns in the winning combinations, which is funny. So everything, I'm not saying that people don't use Wizard Rod no more. I'm pretty sure they do, but Wizard Rod and Phoenix Wing are still dominating in like winning combinations. But like now you have hover wyvern and shit. But it's little shit like that that is very important. We in the district, so you know what time it is. Rocky Patel, get that disciple brand. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the folks out here, man. They know who they are. Down the street, up the street, over to the side. Shout out all the folks. You know who they are. For reals, at the time, I was like, this is the chillest guy ever. Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. It's funny. I think because I walk up and talk to everyone, or I try to. This is why I think I'm like a dog that's reincarnated. Not to be funny, but I be feeling that way sometimes. But I feel that way because I like meeting people, but then I like being left alone. If that makes sense, I'm one of those. That's like some dog shit. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I think like Nick was talking to me like, I thought you were just in the scene for a long time because it just seemed like you've been here for a while. And I was like, I guess it seems that way, but I'm pretty new. It's kind of funny to think about. But yeah, damn, bro, this shit like goddamn construction paper over this bitch. Rocky Patel joint. The fuck shit. Man, I saw the video you posted though about the Pegasus Blast, specifically Pegasus Blast, and I'm like, God damn, that sucks, man. Like I was sad, like just watching it because I was like, I don't think any of my chips are like that. But then does that count as a burst? Like the chip pops out. I don't know if that counts as a burst though. I don't know the rules. I feel like you guys know the rules a little better, but I always wondered about that. I feel you. You bring a lot of energy for us. It keeps us going. Us, you know what? I got to think about that sometimes because some days I'd be thinking like I need to retire. I was like I'm about to retire from Beyblade and just move to the next thing. But I think I talked to you about this or talked to other people on the live. I was like, I like the space. I need it because it's like it's one of those places where excuse me, I don't get discriminated. If that makes sense. Like people might act a certain way, but I'm not really getting discriminated necessarily. So it's like a really like peaceful space, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain. You know what I mean? I mean, I think the reason why it's okay to talk to you about it is because like on some brown people shit, like you get it. But like when I talk to other people about it, it's like I don't think you guys can understand, but it's a weird space where like there's not really much discrimination, which is a good thing. And I like that because it's just like everything from the kids to the adults that like just enter it that are just trying to figure out what's going on. They kind of just speak to me like a human being or deal with me as such, which is dope. James, what's going on, Mars? And Mars knows this too because I talked to Mars about this, and I was like, it's really important for me to be in the space. I like having a space like this. But yeah, the more I think about it, it's like I do kind of forget my role sometimes, like, or I don't know. I guess it's like a self-given role. I went over to Neil's house. I was giving him hella shit, and then he's like, man, Neil was like, fuck you, man. Why are you giving me all this shit? Now I have to buy you stuff when I go to Japan. I was like, oh, I guess I didn't really think about that. But I just wanted him to have it because he posted it on Great Lots to Buy, and like I was like, you put it on Great Lots to Buy. Um, I'm gonna buy it. And then one of the things was like a bid that I knew no one was gonna win, but I had hella money that I wanted to spend before I retired from purchases. So I was like, let me just buy this shit. But yeah, this shit was crazy. You'll probably see him at the next plastics with it, or whenever he comes back. Because I don't know when they're going to Japan, but I think it's soon. I was like, let me drop off all this metal fight stuff before you guys go on your trip. And then he helped me build some combinations for El Drago because I know nothing. I know nothing about it. So he was kind of giving me a lot of info. You know, they give you like a lot of information at once. Like, oh, here's the wide defense. Um, here's wide defense. Here's rubber flat. Here's another horn or something like that. I just didn't understand what was going on. But I was like, you know what, man? I'm learning this slowly. It's just a lot of information at once. But now I have hella stuff to use. So I'm gonna try to run El Drago and I forgot the other one. Wait. Oh, cancer. Like I had the cancer 230, whatever the fuck. With the energy ring, I don't even know the specifics, bro. This shit is crazy. But I'm pretty sure like Metal Fight's more you guys generation. I just wasn't tapped in at the time, unfortunately. But I'm learning it slowly. My bad. Yeah, I can't wait for them to come back. They're getting my Valkyrie and ooh, what? So do they have like an address out in Japan and they're picking it up? Is that what it is? Because I know like yeah, I think you talked to Luffy about it, right? That's dope. Let me I have to hit the side right here. Slide over. Slide over. Let's see if this is a little better. Let's see what I can do. Mars, how are you doing? How are you doing tonight? All that MFB chat flew right over my stupid head. Mars, I don't know anything about it either. I'm just kind of like on the outs with all this too. Yeah, they got a friend over there they ship to. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, they got the plug out there. Let me see. Yeah, there was like Neil was basically like assembling a blade for me, like three, four, no, five blades for me, and then I'm sitting there like, okay, I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but I'm trying to digest what I can because it's a lot. I was like freaking. I was kind of overwhelmed. I was just sitting there like, all right, just let him talk because I don't even know what's going on. But I trust what he's creating right now. He's cooking. He was cooking. But yeah, shit, I'm trying to move to Japan, man. Fuck all that. That's where I'm at with all this. I've been saying this, trying to move to Japan. Yeah, here we go. It's funny because I was watching The Last Dance earlier in the afternoon. I thought I was gonna leave the house. So yep, we're gonna do an afternoon podcast, but it didn't end up that way. Here I am, you know, on bullshit. X is really all I can do anything with. I feel that. I feel that. X is all I want to do, but then it's like I think because I decided I don't want to be a burden with the loaners. I want to just grab a handful of things from metal and plastics and call it a day. And then basically like Neil kind of walked me through like he's like, well the thing is you could literally run the same combination as your opponent, but the thing about it is you can how do I explain this? There's a way of playing and there's a way of like launch tech really matters because like you could just like two cancer 230 whatever CS whatever, like those things can go against each other and then there's a way that you can win if that makes sense. And when he started breaking it down I was like I'm starting to understand because there was ways that I saw Pokedranzer and Longinus match, even Grimsley in Metal Fight. Like watching it closely because it was four of us, like watching it very closely, I was like, okay, I understand. Like there's something they're doing, I just don't know what it is. But then Neil's like, yeah, just experiment with it. These are solid combinations. You should be okay. Maybe this one has good resistance, but you have low stamina, but you got to knock something out quick. Like he was just breaking shit down. I was like, okay, I got to remember each piece and each build that he created for me. But we'll see. I'm okay. Mad at YouTube for AI upscaling my shorts. They AI upscaled your shorts? What? What does that mean? How do they do that? How do they do that? That's interesting. That's actually good to know because actually you just never know. Like you never know what they're doing with your content. I mean, we are uploading to a platform and there's no telling what'll happen. But yeah. But yeah, Mars. Oh yeah, Mars, let me know if we can help you with remind us next time we're in person if we need to push a button for you so then you can become monetized. Because I just want you to get paid, you know? Like shit, I'm almost there, but like we'll see. I'm just taking my time, you know. I used to sit there and like let me just bust a whole bunch of lives out. I was like, no, I'll get there when I get there. I'm not really pressed about it. The content is slowly coming out the way it needs to. All of them, it's a filter. Weird. Is it like one of those AI voices? That's weird. Yeah, I was saying my footage when I was training in the boxing gym. I was rewatching my shit before I created the short out of it. And I was like, yo, my form is trash. I was like, I've been training so long. My form is off and all this, and I just didn't like it. But I was like, you know what? That it just gives me more motivation to go in every week to train. The basketball stuff is fun because I get to yell. If I'm in the gym by myself, I yell about myself. You know what I'm saying? I just talk shit to myself like, you better get right. You ain't leaving the gym until you get this right. Why monetize in such a hostile environment? Wait, what's the hostile environment? Why monetize in such? Am I reading that correctly? I don't know if I'm reading that correctly. It's a hostile environment. I just want you to get paid. That's all. Like just if ever you get sick or whatever, like you'll have money coming in from people watching your stuff because the clicks, right? Like, let me know if you unlocked it because that way you can just. I'm trying to get there, but yeah, that's how I feel. And then I could just retire and live on the side of a mountain in Japan or something. I'm trying to drink water from a well. Like I'm trying to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Pump water from a well. Walk past a road and say hi to some cows. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Take like a scenic photo with like you know what I'm saying? Just pull out a drawn sword, put it on the side of a river, take a picture, like stupid shit like that. Like that's what I want to do. I mean, I could technically do it here, but this is the land of the gun, America, the land of the ignorance and gun. You know what I'm saying? We're crazy out here. I don't know what's wrong with us. Yeah, for once in my life, I kind of just want peace, and I'm demanding it. And it's interesting that I'm saying that because all like the blessed people in life that like are really nice and like have always been just very blessed to stay out the way and mind their own business. They've been very they've been coming into my life a lot. I was like, that's a good thing, man. So all I can really say is like things are lining up. Do I need to? I just gotta pay attention to the signs here and there. Excuse me. It is a visual filter. One of my subs warned me. AI makes it hostile. I cannot. Oh, I see what you're. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. That's gonna be a thing. Man versus machine is happening. Like I don't know. Well, it's funny because I watched the video this morning. It was someone testing out a robot, and the robot was running down the street. That shit looked creepy. Like it was just he was just test running it. It was like running down the street, turned his head, looked around. I was like, this looks kind of creepy. It's cool, but creepy. You know what I mean? Like everybody in the comment section was posting Sarah Connor quotes from Sarah Connor and the Terminator himself. I was like, yeah, we're pretty much there. We're pretty much there. We're like right on the cusp or the beginning, if you will, of all this. Which I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I'm welcoming it because it's one thing like people that have like bidets and stuff. Tommy the egoist. I'll give me the egoist. Let me know what's going on. I gotta reread your Tommy the egoist. It doesn't ring a bell, man. I'm sorry about that. You have robot pets, but still fuck AI. Yeah, I hear what yeah, that makes sense. That resonates. Like I don't quite understand it, but I get you. I get you. Thank you for being here, Tommy. How are you doing, bro? Tommy the egoist. I don't know if I'm familiar. I feel like I've seen your name before. I'm just trying to. You got to remind me which live stream that was, or like what was going on. And don't say the one where I was talking, because they're all the same. But yeah, in that regard, yeah, AI is interesting. Like so Mars, I don't know if this is gonna make sense to you, but I'll try to explain it this way. So in 2023, when I started doing more like the beginning of like all the content stuff, all I did was open one pack of Pokemon cards a day. And the thing was, I was majority of the time putting music on top of those Pokemon card pack openings. And it was just like music that was from albums that came out that particular year or in that era of time, if that makes sense. And the thing about it is like in this era, because everyone's utilizing AI for like, what do you call this? Like the actual visuals, if not the thumbnails. I decided, okay, 2024, let's create some goofy Beyblade AI thumbnails that we're gonna use part of the video stuff, part of the beginning and ending of videos and part of the thumbnail stuff. That's what I decided to do because it's going to be a sign of the time. So I look back 10 years and I was like, remember we had crappy AI that was creating crappy thumbnails for us? Like I want it to look like that, if that makes sense. I wanted to make it look like it's a sign, or not the sign of times, but like this was marking the times. Because like I remember I was going through a photo album of some stuff in the 90s, and like early 2000s, and all the kids, like my brother and my cousins, they were all throwing up West Side like Tupac, because Tupac was like early to mid '90s, and he was throwing up the West Side all the time. So all the kids in these Polaroid and developed photos from Kodak, they were just throwing up the West Side, and then because of wrestling, NWO, everybody was throwing up the Wolfpack, so they just put their hands in like the Wolfpack symbol. So it's like little shit like that was a sign of the times. Like, oh, this is clearly a photo from the '90s. This is a Stone Cold Steve Austin T-shirt. A kid throwing up some wrestling shit. Kids throwing up West Side in their hands. Shit is funny as hell. You know what I mean? Tommy says, "You're the one who said you were chilling. Are you chilling on a mountain?" Hey man, mountain living. That's how I'm trying to live, bro. I'm trying to live on a mountain, man. I'm trying to be on the side of it so I can climb it. I don't want to descend from it. Does that make sense? I want to ascend it. I want to climb it and then descend at my own leisure. But I want to climb the mountain. But he also says, "Bro, AI making stuff bad as shit." It's interesting, man, because I entertain it. Like I see some funny shit where like it looks hella goofy, but it makes me laugh. So as long as it makes me laugh, I'm okay with it. But yeah, we'll see what 2020, well, not 2020, what 2025 and 2024. That's kind of what we're in now. You don't even think AI is needed. Realistically, it kind of isn't. Like everything that we kind of have as human beings that exists here, like on a natural level, food, fruit wise, and all that, it all kind of exists, and it's fine. But also the fact that like, or I don't know, I can't say fact because I can't prove it, but the information that AI supposedly because it's creating certain things at a fast rate, it's also fucking up the environment to a certain degree. That's an interesting aspect as well. So I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, favorite year ever that I've lived in. You want to hear something funny? Let's go down the line. I want to say 2002. That was like my first favorite year, but I want to say 2008. And then if I look back, I want to say 2012, 2013 ish. So it's these weird spurts of like every 5.5 years, if that makes sense. So like it started with 2002 because 2002, like I had this one friend, like we had a spectrum class. It's called spectrum because it's like second graders and first graders. I thought it was some other shit like whatever. Minus 2017. 2017, that's an interesting time period. I'm trying to remember what was going on in that time period, but I'll get back to that. I think I was kind of in a weird dreamer state slash I need to figure out school and work right now. It was one of those kind of situations. 2002, I was in second grade, and then there was this girl that I was friends with in my class. She was in first grade, I was in second grade, and we used to hang out all the time at lunch. And friends would be like, "Oh, when are you guys gonna kiss? When are you guys gonna get a room?" Like just say stupid shit like that to us. And I was sitting there like, "Damn! Oh, they turned off the lights right here. You got real serious, huh? You better turn that bitch back on." It's like, no, I'm here late, so it don't matter. But it's funny because I remember she confessed something to me. She was like, "I don't know. I really have feelings for you." And then she gave me some Pokemon cards in like an envelope, like a little card envelope. So it was like a sweet moment in my life where I was like, because at that time as a kid, I had no self esteem necessarily. So to think that someone actually liked me, I just didn't understand what she liked me for. And as I grew older, it was like I still didn't understand why people liked me. I didn't understand it, but she liked me a lot, and yeah, it was like a weird thing where it was like that was the first person that actually showed. Because you gotta understand, in kindergarten, I was fighting a lot for some reason. First grade, I didn't feel like people liked me. I just thought people tolerated me. But they, like you have friends that talk to you all the time, and then you have, when I was in first grade, I was in that same spectrum class, so I was in class with those second graders, and a lot of the second graders were really good friends with me. Like, yeah, we don't fuck with you first graders, we fuck with James though. But like at that time, I didn't understand how to read the signs of people like actually like liking me, so I didn't know why they liked me. I just thought that every person that liked me wanted to use me at that time period. It's kind of like a fucked up thing for a kid to think about. But that's really what it was. But 2002 was probably the first year I really liked. 2008 was really interesting because that was one of my favorite years. I was going from eighth grade to freshman year. But then Bernie Mac, my favorite comedian, also died that year, so I'm kind of sad about that. So 2008 is kind of bittersweet. And then going into '09, like Michael Jackson died, so everything was kind of bittersweet in that era. But it was good and bad. I had to take the good with the bad. And funny enough, in 2008, I ended up getting hooked up with this one girl in freshman year, and then me and her kind of just hit it off. And then yeah, that was like my high school sweetheart, I guess, because like I was only in school for 2 years, high school for 2 years, and we were dating those 2 years, I guess. So yeah, it probably has something to do with women to some degree. You were a big Godzilla fan. Are you still a big Godzilla fan? Are you still a Godzilla fan? I feel like Godzilla's still a thing. I want to see a Godzilla Beyblade. Speaking of, that'd be dope. Kinda, yeah. You know which one I really liked was the Japanese one. They had the Japanese movie. It was I forgot what it was called, but that was a good fucking movie where they were like developing the plane and the plane with the bomb and like the whatever stuff, and they had days to prepare before they're like, we gotta flush Godzilla out again, and then he's whoop his ass. That shit was crazy. The Japanese one was a good ass movie. They did that shit right, you know. But yeah, we'll see if they do a sequel to that one because that one was crazy. Like with the what I'm saying is with the Japanese cast, you know. Yeah, times it actually like 10. So 10 o'clock they probably shut out the lights, which makes sense. I'm about to go chill on the fucking side of the other side of the thing over here. I'm about to fall down and shit. Other side of the lights. What's going? But yeah, I appreciate you dropping in, Tommy. Thank you for being here. I think last time I was just posted right here. Since Squid Game season 3 came out, I haven't seen Godzilla videos. Why is that? Like, is that because everyone's been watching Squid Game more? Let me know if that's why. I don't be knowing shit. You know what I mean? I don't be knowing understanding anything. I'm not into like I'm not that tapped in with like pop culture and things. This is the only social media I use is YouTube, and then technically Discord because Discord is a form of social media. Like when you start joining servers and having friends and whatnot, like yeah, people message you and you message them and shit. You know how that go. But yeah, rip this off. But yeah, Squid Game edits have been more popular. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that shit. I don't be knowing what's going on, which is funny. I just be seeing hell of it. Trying to roll this up. Got the disciple joint on me. Yeah, got the disciple cigar on me, man. Rocky Patel. I think that's what I call that joint. You gotta go. All right, man. Appreciate you dropping in, man. Thank you for being here as always. God bless your day, man. Hey, God bless you too, man. You know, stay safe out there, man. Hopefully you have a blessed day. Well, I don't know what time it is over there, but yeah, blessed day, blessed night. Either way, man. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just chilling, smoking up. Peace out, bro. Peace out. Peace out. Yeah. I'm on the side of the school. I don't even think I'm supposed to be smoking, but like, you know, it's funny. Like growing up, I grew up on 18th and Cherry. So right now, I'm down the street, pretty much like 23rd. So I'm like 5 blocks down from my old house, and like there'd be like certain times of the night where it's like my window used to face east. So because it would face east, I would hear drive-bys every night. I would hear them shooting up shit every night. Motherfuckers just used to go to war, and like the little gas station on the side that I just came from, they used to get shot up all the time. People out there hustling, just sitting in the corner, posted up. Cops used to like post up certain places, pay attention and shit, you know. But it's funny because now that I'm like older, you know, I'm like I understand now, like them old heads or like the people older than us, the OGs, they used to just hang out because they remodeled all this shit. It used to be like an old field where they had like the bulldogs. The bulldog murals used to be bulldog with a Superman cape and the S on his chest, but it was a G for Garfield. But you used to see these motherfuckers out here, and you can understand why they just be out here smoking. Like they just, you know, they've been here for what, like a 2 decades and a half, if not three, and they just be posted up. And when my homie got killed, I remember the old heads was just sitting at the fucking steps, like chopping it up with me. I was like, "That's your boy right there. That was your man." I was like, "Yeah, I knew him since 6th grade." And he's like, okay." I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man. You know, I knew him since sixth grade, and he got killed a freshman year. Like, so the old heads just talked to me a little bit. They went about their day that morning, but I just happened to be walking through, go to my girlfriend's house. It was probably that era too, which is funny. Probably that era, but yeah, 2008 or nine, in that time period. But yeah, it's still one of those like, you know, you think about certain things, and it's like, I guess I'll speak on this because I don't know who's listening, but you know, a lot of things aren't happening no more. A lot of childhood things aren't happening no more, and I'm aware of that. A lot of things that happen in, you know, teenagehood, adulthood, whatever, like in, you know, different, you know, not necessarily traumas, but just like sad things or anxious things aren't happening no more. But a lot of times when you're still in the old environment that you grew up in, so a lot of people that I talk to now aren't from Seattle, but they live here, and it's interesting because they just don't know like the places I'm used to being around. Like there's a story everywhere, and I hold that story, and it's like I hold those stories whether I choose to speak on them or not, and that's why I have to leave because it's like those things still carry a ley line, if not a magnetic, you know, vibe that I'm aware of. And it's funny because that same vibe and magnetic energy that's kind of depressing sometimes, when the same people who revisit it keep coming to those areas and thinking about those sad things, it creates a sadness in that area as well. You got to be mindful of energy in that regard. So it's interesting with a lot of people gentrifying the area. At first, it's bad because everyone in a neighborhood that you call home is kind of gone. However, those people come in, they're, you know, playing fetch with their dog, playing frisbee, and having a fun time. They're creating fun and vibrant energy in an area that needs healing anyway. So it's funny how, you know, even human beings, whether we know it or not, we are healing certain spaces and places. So, you know, the same kind of energy that I carry into community spaces, whether that be Beyblade or boxing or whatever, like whatever it is I'm doing, I try to remind myself like, yeah, I like that shit isn't happening no more, and I don't have to think about what happened no more. But I remember it. I remember it from a place of like, I'll never forget these people or what happened to these people here. Like I'm one of those, and like I'm a holder of that history and stories, if that makes sense. So I think about that sometimes. I think about that in a way where it's like the same vibrant energy and light that I carry. I don't want to bring that and transfer it over to the next city, if not the next country, wherever I end up going. So I'm very mindful. I'm very mindful of that kind of a flow of energy, if not that flow of consciousness that we carry with ourselves. It's very important. Also, summertime is about to end, so I might not be able. I'm trying to smoke as many cigars as possible outside because push come to shove, I'm gonna end up having to smoke the damn cigars in the cold like I did back in February, January type shit. I was outside smoking the fucking cigar, trying to record and shit. I remember, like I said, the homie who came by, that's like homeless now. He was like, "Man, what you doing? You recording videos? You recording content?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I do some YouTube stuff." And then we just started chopping up about life and shit. But yeah, I think about that sometimes, man. People revisit these areas, whether it's OGs or younger heads, a couple guys younger than me that come by, whether they're homeless now or not, they just come by just to say what's up. Like I saw a young boy tweaking. He looked like he was 19 or in his 20s. He was looked like he was off the fence. He just tweaking on the side. I thought I had to knock him out one night. I was walking through there. But he just said he was like tripping out. He was swaying around on some Resident Evil looking shit. And I stopped and like kind of looked at him while I was on live. He said, "Hey man, do you have the time? Oh man, you have a good day." And I was, damn, I need to talk to a young man because the fuck, like you're a young man tweaking. That shit kind of broke my heart a little bit. But I haven't seen him since. But I don't know, man. Hopefully he's doing all right. I be thinking about shit like that. Like I said, I run into homeless people. I run into homeless kids here and there. I treat them motherfuckers like human beings, man, because that's what we all are. They just down a certain path. There's a certain apartment complex that I walk past every time I go home. Maybe not all the time, but usually when I go home and I walk past there, man, we got up in here. Xana with it. Later Bastille. What's going on, man? Appreciate you dropping in. But yeah, that apartment over there, man, they be having these guys that they either sometimes they go to like the NA, like Narcotics Anonymous, or sometimes they go to Alcoholic Anonymous, if I remember correctly. Some of them do, and like they live in those apartments, but it's like they're just recovering addicts of whatever it is they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I like to say hi to them, but they're not really always in the right mindset. But they're pretty nice people too, man. They're just trying to raise families, even though they're dealing with battling their old addictions and stuff. So I'm very mindful of stuff like that. What's going on with you? You found a new Hell's Hammer combo? It beats your Wizard Rod 160 Hexa. Okay, that's good, man. Hell's Hammer is interesting, man, because it's a tri-blade shape and it's very blunt and rounded out. But shout out to Cat, aka Comfy Sleepy, because they love using Hell's Hammer, Drasil, Golem Rock. They love using those defensive rounded out type of blades, so it's really dope. People have their own things that they go to. But let me know what's going on with you, man. Hell's Hammer combo was 360 kick. Am I reading that correctly? 360 kick. Interesting. So it gives it a little pop. I could see it on like a defensive counterattack, giving it a little pop. That's kind of cool. Kick is interesting because I favor taper, but then if you want a little more pop in your attacks, with still with stamina, kick is like a good thing to have because it has more stamina than flat, but it has less stamina than taper, if that makes sense. So it's really interesting. It's that in between where you get the best of both worlds, attack and stamina wise. But it's also the way you explain that too, or the way you're kind of talking about this 360 kick. It makes sense with the blade shape. But yeah, that's cool, man. It's funny. You're like I'm like a drawn sword stan. Like I used it one time. I won a tournament with it. I was like, hey man, I fuck with drawn sword. I don't care what nobody say. I fuck with drawn sword. But that was like some November 2024 shit. Ever since then, you're better off running Hover Wyvern. You're better off running shit. Name it. You name it. Silver Wolf. You know what I'm saying? Cobalt Dragoon. If you got it, if you use it, like why not? You know what I mean? Like with this, if you want to win, run meta. You know what I'm saying? If you want to win, just run meta. Think about your launch tech, think about all the specific shit. But if you just want to have fun, be like me, run drawn sword, and then do stupid shit with like unicorn sting, because I love unicorn sting. That shit out here just hitting the, double blade pop, shark edge type shit. But yeah, my bad. You tried turbo on Goon, it was low key pretty good, but it's like 50-50. That's why it's weird, man, because it's like with turbo, when it hits, right? I put turbo on Tyranno beat. I don't know if you want to try it, but I had fun with turbo on Tyranno beat. I wouldn't say it's good. It's just like it's another 50-50 build where it's like when it hits, it hits. but then that stamina is terrible. It's like, bruh, where are we going with this? Like, you're just gonna hit the rails, bounce off, and you're gonna just kill yourself. You go against Wizard Rod, you can't do much with that, but they're having anti-Wizard Rod builds now. Everybody got them. You gotta run them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta beat Wizard Rod. You can't get mad at people who use Wizard Rod because there's kids that are gonna run Wizard Rod. You gotta learn how to beat them. Don't get mad if you get beat by a kid. That's what we say in the WBO. If you run into a kid that's out there just murking, and you gotta be better than the kid because this is a kid's game. This is ages 8 to 12 out here. We just happen to be adults in the mix of it. You know how it is. We're big ass kids. That's the difference. But yeah, that's what I forgot to. I was trying to say, but I keep forgetting to say it. Earlier in the afternoon, I was watching The Last Dance. I think like episode 6, when he wins the '93 championship against Charles Barkley. And this dude, they were flash, they were flashbacking, but then they were flash forwarding to '98 and then '93. They're going back and forth on the timeline in the documentary. And in '98, this dude's on the golf course smoking a cigar before the playoffs and finals and shit. I was like, before the playoffs against the Nets, Michael Jordan was out there in the golf court smoking a cigar. Like, you're in the playoffs and you're smoking a cigar. This motherfucker's different. But by then he had 5 rings. Anyway, backtrack back to when he had 2 rings and he was going for the third. The Suns were probably the closest team to push Michael Jordan to Game 7 because Michael Jordan never went to Game 7. But they were the closest one because in Game 6 in Phoenix, they won, I think, like 95-94. They won by 1 point. So they almost forced the Game 7, but you know, Michael was supposed to take the shot. John Paxson open for the 3. Bop, hit it. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Then they try to hit the little foul or whatever on the other end. It was getting blocked. There was like 3-4 defenders in the paint on one dude. And this is like pre-Joel Embiid Joker days where they could just find a way to pivot out, dish out, flooded the paint. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, watching that footage is pretty cool. But every time I watch The Last Dance, even when I first watched it back in the pandemic, I was like, well, I need to start smoking cigars. So that's how this all started, really. Because I watched Michael Jordan. I was like, damn, this dude smokes cigars. He crack a brew after the game. I was like, this dude's really feeling himself right now. Pause. But MJ the GOAT. There's a lot of GOATs, man. LeBron is the king and Michael Jordan is the GOAT, if that makes sense. They're respectfully top tier in what they do. The motherfuckers are respected in what they do. You know what I'm saying? So I had more of a privilege to watch LeBron than I did Michael Jordan, but it's something about, a franchise that ain't shit, like the Bulls, like him bringing it to life and then giving them 3 rings in a row and then retiring and coming back and giving 3 more. Like, there's something about that that's fire. But yeah, I think about, I'll be, thinking about things here and there. Life just be lifing. Life be lifing. It's that late night stream, man. Appreciate everybody dropping in. I'm just chilling right here. Boy, losing his voice out here. Yeah, man. Crazy. I was thinking about it today, man. I was like, woke up in the morning, looked at myself in the mirror, like, I need a fucking haircut, but I gotta talk to my barber. Cause I ain't get paid yet. I'm still waiting on my check to come in the mail. I'm like, yo, I don't got no direct deposit set up. So I don't know. That's the fucked up thing. I don't know if my mail for my checks are like being sent next door. And the problem about the checks being sent next door is like, yo, if that shit is next door, the next door is an Airbnb, so the actual owners aren't gonna come by for a while. So I don't want no like back fucking order shit. But a lot of those checks have a 90-day void, 30 to 90-day void. So I might just talk to my employers and be like, hey man, come on, I low key need this check. I was about to fucking apply for a loan this morning, but I was like, I don't really need the loan, but it'd just be nice to have so I could just pay shit off and just chill for a second. Because I know I can pay off the loan, but we'll see. I think last loan I had was like $5,000, but this one I might go for 10,000 just so I can recoup some of my stocks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can pull a Donald Trump and run off the plug, but shit, that'd be crazy. So this dude did it 6 times, bro. He ran off on the plug 6 times. Because people at a high level, when you start having millions, you just be saying, "I got bankruptcy. I filed bankruptcy." That's just the funniest shit. You can do that in the Monopoly game. If you ever play Monopoly, they teach you that. Like you can start like if you're not good at math, you realize like if I sell all my assets, will I still have enough money to pay off this person? You could just file for bankruptcy and they don't get no money, which is funny as hell. Or they don't get as much money as you would have given them. Let me see what them lights looking like. If they're coming here, I'm about to run. No, that's like an ambulance fire truck. That's an ambulance. EMTs. EMTs. I be going places. I be seeing EMTs posted up. I can't remember where I was last time. I was right over here. And then there was a fucking what do you call that? EMT ambulance in front of the Thai food restaurant. I'm like, what the hell happened here? Probably some random white dude probably couldn't handle the spices or something funny. That's what I'd be thinking, but you never know. Be thinking about that shit all the time. 24/7 all the time off an go. Back to the endo living like Mr. Winslow. Shout out to Gabriel Childros. 24/7 all the time off an go. Back to the endo living like Mr. Winslow. What did he say? I forgot what he said. I got to listen to that joint. Yeah, man. I'm gonna walk up on the side of the building. Shit, my bad. It's one of them nights. Feel me? It's one of them nights, man. I'm at the hit like this before I walk over. I'm at the hit it like such before I walk over. Give me a second. I don't know if they got security up in here. I'm going around though. I'm gonna go around though. Yeah, man. I appreciate everyone dropping in on the live, man. I'm not gonna end it. I think I'm gonna just keep killing the cigar until I start hitting that 20%, 10%. Walk back. I don't know who's out in the Discord. I have nights like this. I have moments like this where I'm restless. I actually had a coffee in the afternoon, like a ice. I wouldn't say ice, the chilled coffee. Didn't really have ice in it. But yeah, we all live. Yeah, damn. Hold on. Mm-hmm. That's how the public feeling. That's how the general public feeling about all this. And I ain't mad. I am not mad. Yeah, I'm chilling out here tonight. I'll be up here sometimes, man. Plain and simple. Boy, just up here sometimes. on some available shit. Down there, I don't know how well lit it is. I can't even tell you. Come on, bro. Toss it up right there. Toss it up right here. Toss it up right here. Yeah, I got the chat right there, man. I might be able to scoot in. Oh, I might be able to right there. There it is. There it is. Yeah, I got the training video coming out. That'll be tomorrow, so that's gonna be fun. It's a cool little thing to have. I think it's actually more well lit downstairs, but I might just be up here for a second. Feel me? It's up there, man. That car got some nice lights. Goddamn. I don't be knowing shit about cars, so like when I see nice cars, I just be praising it. I'm like, damn. I was learning cars to a certain degree. I almost ended up becoming like a mechanic, damn near. So I was like, I'm starting to figure this out. Like I think I know what I want to do, but didn't have the license. That was the issue. Every time I be trying to get shit done, like shit gets in the way. But like I be trying to count my blessings in the meantime. It's kind of funny. I think about that shit because like I had I was like when I was about to get the license, some shit happened in life. I can't remember exactly what it was. And then when I was about to do it again, pandemic happened. So I was like, yo, this shit is some bullshit. So I tried to contact the actual drivers during the pandemic, like maybe within the year and then like a year later, and they didn't get back to me. Like there's literally two driving schools I reached out to. They never reached back out to me. So I was like, this is some bullshit right now. Tried to show up in person. The place was closed. It was like we're only accepting emails and calls. And I was like, bro, that's what I'm doing. Like I tried to call, nobody picked up. Left an email, nobody responded. It was some bullshit. I don't know, man. It's just things just don't be falling into place. But in the meantime, like I said, stocked up on the stocks. But then I utilize the same thing, this little you know safety net that I had to kind of pay myself during the time that I was unemployed. So it's just interesting where all that effort and energy kind of went. If that makes sense. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. But yeah, I was thinking about that shit. Shit be getting in the way sometimes, man. Fuck is this shit? Fuck that. Hell no. Fuck no. That's where I be living at though. I be living though, man. Bro, just be chilling. I might have to just start working on that. Even like before I leave, it'd be nice to have like license, if not you know, the history of it, like the history of having a license. It'd be nice. I'm getting so much done. I actually need to reach back out to the Japanese school because I need to start them classes soon, sooner than later. That's one thing I really need to stay on top of, man. The more I think about it. So it's one of those things. That's one of them things, man. Is these Zell's closed? Like I'm trying to look at this shit. I feel like they gotta close at 10, so they gotta be closed. But I've never done like a late night strips run. I mean, not on live at least. So I might do like an 8 or 9 one day. At least while summer is still good. I'm thinking about it right now. Still might do it. What's bro on? Damn. Is bro on? Hell no. You crazy out here. Shout out to my guy Q. Q Kulaks, man. I don't even know if you remember me, bro, but I wonder if that's him. I don't think it is, but he had a mixtape, Real in the Field mixtape. That shit was good, man. I don't even think he did no follow up shit after that. You know? If anyone should have made it out here, it should have been him. That's how I be feeling. Anybody make it out. Bruh is walking around with a giant pole. Dude got like a long steel metal pole. Hold on. Bruh in the back street right there walking around with a giant metal pole. What the fuck? On my life. I'm like, what the fuck he doing? And he pacing back and forth. What the fuck kind of shit is that? And I'm not flipping the camera. I am not flipping the camera on that shit. The old days, I would have walked up on him. Like, what's going on here? The Brit is walking back and forth with a metal pole in the back street right there. I'm not gonna flip the camera on him. But I thought that shit was a rifle from far away. That's a goddamn metal pole or some shit. This is the shit I'm talking about. I talked about that shit last live, and he's really doing it. He's from that time. That's some wild shit. And he just pacing back and forth like it's nothing. Y'all can still hear me. But anyway, I'm chilling out. I'm telling you, man. I'm chilling out here. I'm going to the cigar is down to the bottom, or we're at 10%, one or the other. I'm gonna just start walking from there. But I'm just chilling right now, just killing the cigar. Bro, oh, trip on trip mode. That shit is funny as hell. Yeah, it used to be like that though. More often, more so often than not. It used to be like that, like times 10. Yeah, me and the homie used to walk home because he used to live up on Columbia, and I was like, we would be seeing some shit like, oh, here we go. And my thing was like, see, my thing, me and him, we both trained, so I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go left, you should go right because we both got dominant hand. You know, he's left-handed, I was right-handed. Like we could just run it like that. He's like, I'm not. We nice with both, and I was like, you right. But we got, we might have to optimize. Used to be a little shit like that. Two heads versus a weapon. That's how it be sometimes. Not that I ever had to, but yeah. Be randos pulling up. Randos be just be around. They just be around that shit. You know. That's why, cause I ain't seen the boys yet, unless you're like creeping right there. I had to ask, bro, like, what you doing? But yeah, I think it's just working like defense. Some people just be working defense for the sake of like certain businesses and shit. That's how it be sometimes. I felt that way with my guy who runs the convenience store up the street. I'm like, man, I might just talk to him like, bro, if you need me to stand put any day you're not really around, just hit me. Like, you got my number, hit me up, dog. On me, just let me know. Don't do it. Don't do it. Howard's trying to do the turn. Don't do it. You knew better than that. Unless you came from that direction. Unless you came from there. Fly, come on. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? I'm chilling out here. Hey, Fly, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know. Hold on. Fly, I'm talking low right now. Let me know if you can hear me talking low. Let me know if you can hear me talking low. I'm just chilling right now before I go home. What's going on, Fly? Is it you care if I say fly? I know it's fly con, but I feel like I gotta say something better. You hear you just fine. Okay, okay. Do you care if I say fly? Do you care if I say fly, or should I say the whole name? I just thought about that. Let me know if that's wrong. If I just say fly, because I was just being, that's like quick. I was just being quick with it saying fly, but we can start calling you cons, man. That's cool. Oh, cool. Okay, yep. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was asking Jade. Hey, yeah, what the fuck? I was asking JD earlier. I was like, is JD wrong? Because it's JJ Wonder, technically, But yeah, either way works. All right, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm just chilling until the cigar gets it down to the bottom or phone starts dying. I'm like either way. I'm like, I started at like 90 some percent, 99, 98. Charged that joint out, walked outside. But yeah, just chilling right now. I was on the other side of the school a while ago. But how you doing tonight, man? Hope you've been doing good. I appreciate you dropping in. I'm just hanging out. Just hanging out right now. Chilling outside. Like I said, these summer nights, man, it's not gonna be much of these left. I'm trying to just enjoy. I didn't leave the house all day, so I was like, let me just get out tonight, do a quick live. Might hit the live chat later. I don't know. Depends who's hanging out. Sometimes some people just either getting off work or yeah. My bad. Pretty good here. Just chilling and winding down after work. Oh, so you just got off work too? Yeah. Man, I didn't work like I remember my old job when I used to do like a parking lot attendant. I used to get home late, not super late, but sometimes around 10 or 11. I would just be at the bus stop. Sometimes I would play my music out loud because I didn't want to have my headphones in. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, gotta appreciate the weather while it lasts. That's what I'm saying. But that's why I want to move down south because I'm like, at least if I'm down south, at least like six or more months year round, it's good weather. At least in my, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm used to like when it's chilly and cold 8 months of the year, and I'm like, I do like that crisp like autumn, like like not winter, but fucking fall, like September, October. I fuck with that. Back to school weather, like I fuck with that, and I fuck with spring, especially when like it's spring about to be summer. Like I fuck with that. April's nice because April you can still wear hoodies. I'm one of those. I like springtime, man. What is it? Like that in between shit. The equinoxes. I like the equinoxes. Even though I'm a summer baby, like I like the equinoxes, man. Summer and spring are dope to me. At least in Seattle. Oh yeah, fall is nice for sure. Fall here is very nice. Spring here is nice too because of the cherry blossoms and shit, sakura trees. Those are nice. But yeah, I might have to go visit UW next year in the spring. I'm trying to make a lot of money now so I could just leave now. I don't want to be here. That's why I was like, I think my credit score got affected because not because I applied for. I think when you apply and submit a possible loan, your credit score gets affected. But I was like, let me just see if I can get approved for this. But they're willing to give me anywhere between 10 to 20,000. I was like, I don't need it, but I just wanted to see. But then I'm like, hey, I might take it because I know I can pay it off. But had me thinking about that. It's just nice to pay shit off, pay yourself back a little bit. But then you owe like interest. That's the issue, like the interest. But yeah, I do like spring as well. But sometimes the pollen. Oh, this pollen is crazy, right? Pollen can get bad. Yeah, pollen in like I want to say around May, like May, June. There's been a lot of pollen in June lately, especially like I think it was like June last year. I went to go visit Portland for the first time. This is before I Beybladed, but like I visited Portland and I was like, this shit is heavy. Like I was seeing the pollen just falling out of the sky, or you know what I mean, just like in the air, like chunks of it. Like the fuck is this? That was crazy. That was dope, man. Yeah, bro. Starting to wind down on this. I might let me see. I'm gonna walk over. Give me a second. He said, I wonder if the community here would host an event at the UW soccer trees. Might be a little loud though. It's interesting because it's in the middle of the quadplex. So where most of the people take pictures is in the middle of the quadplex, kind of up the stairs from the fountain. It's not impossible, but we'd almost have to have. We could talk to Skin because I think Skin is a UW student. We like, hey man, let's see if you can set that up. That'd be kind of fire. That'd be fire actually. Just a Sakura Day, pre Sakura Con or some shit. That'd be fucking dope. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, Fly, you said you could hear me fine though, right? Fly, I'm gonna talk low because I don't want no problems. I gotta go around. What the fuck is this shit? Hold on. This shit locked down, and this shit locked all the way down. I gotta walk all the way around. Never mind. You hear me? Listen, Fly. This dude over here walking around with a long fucking pole. I'm not gonna flip the camera though, but he's just pacing back and forth across the street and the back street with the motherfucker took it out of construction site. I thought that he was a long barrel rifle. I'm like, this motherfucker, hell no. I think it's just a fucking steel pole. I was like, oh no, I'm standing right here. I got the high ground. Fuck that. And we got other bro right here. Just posted up. Hopefully he's chill. Everybody better chill tonight. God damn. Like the fuck was he doing? But yeah, I was like, it's like, what is he doing? Yeah, they fenced off everything here at the park. I gotta walk on the side now. You know, that's crazy though. I hope so. I hope so, bro. I'm staying too. Yeah. How's it going? Yeah, they fenced the whole thing off. So I don't know what they're doing actually. They might be doing like a. Actually, there's a sign that says like they're doing a whole reconstruction on everything. But yeah, how's it going, bro? Nah, I just got the cigar, but yeah, all right, man. Yeah, we're going. Yeah, they're fencing off this whole because like I don't know if you were here. There was one night I was here. Everybody's playing at the park, and I realized they were playing here because it was the last day before construction. And then literally in 12 hours, when I came back next afternoon, everything was fenced off. I was like, what the fuck? I was just here yesterday at the community center. Like, I was just here. I don't know. They're doing something. It's probably gonna be something nice. Let me see what the sign says. Oh, never mind. Pool access. But yeah, it'd be some weird shit. Bro over there was chilling though. That's good. This is wild sometimes, man. It's probably a good thing I can't go back to my little benches over here. Probably a good sign, I guess. I don't know. Then now I gotta sit at the school steps, which ain't bad either. And the whole thing fenced off. Let me see. Is this bench is available? I'm walking over there. Oh, that shit fenced off too. My bad. Let me flip it. Ooh, it's just all fenced. The whole park, man. And I used to go in there and walk through, take a quick piss, go about my day. It's all bad. Nowhere to hang out no more. No access. Yeah, I might actually walk up to let me see something. Seem to be doing all right on time and percentages here. But I asked, like, there's like a place I get coffee and pastries in the morning, and the person over there was like, "Oh no, you're good if you." I said, you guys probably see me on camera. I'll be here at midnight, sitting down at the tables and shit. And then the family's like, "No, you're fine. It's cool." I was like, "All right, man. Just let me know. Just let me know if I'm not supposed to be here." But yeah, I chill on these steps right here. At the Nova. Shout out to Nova. I said it's probably a non-smoking area, but fuck it. Boom. Right here, right there. Yeah, there it is. 20%. Like the best seating areas be at the schools. That's the fucked up shit. But I'm trying to be loitering. Whatever, man. They got me on camera. I don't care. But yeah, that's bread right there. I'm just chilling, man. I didn't, like I said, fly. I didn't get a chance to get out the fly. Kind of, excuse me. I didn't get a chance to get out the house all day, so I'm just walking around right now. Move my legs a bit. I watched Michael Jordan earlier smoke a cigar on The Last Dance. I was like, well, I need to go outside and smoke too. I don't need to, but it was just one of those. Yeah, I'm just chilling right now, man. I'm just going till my phone starts dying, then I walk home. We'll see. We'll see, man. Oh yeah, it's healthy to get out a little and walk around for sure. Yeah, I should have did it earlier when the sun was out, but then I just like I don't know how to explain. Like I ate breakfast and I just ended up feeling like a homebody. I was like, what am I gonna do? Eat breakfast and then go shoot some hoops. But then it's funny. I was listening. It was kind of a good thing I stayed in because I was like, let's stay inside. I was recording some Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, recording it on the Elgato capture card. Trying to get my clips in or my full hour long videos here and there. And as I was doing it, I was listening to some podcasts, and there was a dude who was saying, yeah, it's pretty good to work out after fasting. So pretty much when breakfast is when you break fast. So instead of eating breakfast, you just work out in the morning. He said, yeah, because that way you get to burn off the unnecessary fats that are still sitting there, rather than burning the fats that just entered the system. Um, if that makes sense. So like sometimes you'll have like certain fats and calories, even protein to burn off, like in the morning when you have a good breakfast, which is nothing wrong with that. But I used to remember the days when I used to be super lean because I was boxing training. I would just get up and go straight to running, and then I'd go home and eat breakfast, and then my body stayed good because it was like you go through all that wear and tear on your body, start breaking it down, and then as soon as you get back home, you just resupply it with the protein from like eggs. And I used to do eggs and bacon and shit. Bro, when I was in high school, my metabolism and shit, I used to eat like 4 eggs, 4 bacon strips. Like I used to do hella shit like that. Now I'm just like I just need 2 fried eggs over easy, over medium. I'm just one of those now. But when I heard that, I was like, I should probably start going to the gym on an empty stomach. It's probably better. But I got so into the habit of just eating in the morning, like right away, just wake up in the morning and eat. But it's important to do that for work, I'd say, because I work at like 9. So I try to eat breakfast at 7, leave the house by 8. But I think for workouts, I'm gonna try to just have like an empty stomach. So I'm gonna start doing that a little more. But we'll see. Tomorrow morning, I may or may not go to the gym. I should. Like I should do some form of workout. There is open gyms, workouts for like Chinatown or even Garfield. You know what I'm saying? Like later in the afternoon. But I just hate waiting. I like getting stuff done early in the morning. I'm one of those. You know? Yeah, I think it's good to do it like that. When I did track and field, we would always eat protein after the workouts. Exactly. Yep. Practice sessions. That makes sense, man. It does seem to make sense. Like something about it. But it's funny because I had a coffee in the afternoon randomly. I was like, I probably shouldn't have did that, but that's kind of why I'm like kind of still awake or whatever. So I might just work on some logistical stuff when I get back home. If I'm still awake, which I probably will be because I slept in the afternoon, I'll probably just work on some things for the upcoming video tournaments that I'm gonna do at the house. You know what I mean? Things like that. Yeah. How's it going? Oh, yeah. So we'll see about it, man. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I might try it tomorrow morning. I gotta double check what's open tomorrow morning. We'll see. Boxing gym is always gonna be open. See, my plan was like, cause I did the boxing gym stuff on Monday, and the footage will I'll put the little short for my. I was trying to get back in shape pretty much. I look really sluggish. I was like, I might put that. I might. Sorry, it's coming out tomorrow evening, but I did that Monday. I did basketball Tuesday. My body was very worn out. Wednesday kind of just relaxed, but I stayed going to the library. Today I just relaxed, but feels like I need to do. I constantly feel like I need to do things, but I probably need to sit down and chill. Realistically, yep. We shall see. I'm just chilling right now, man. I don't know. Start heading back in a bit. It's one of those nights, you know. One of those nights. When I do is what? So yeah, I'll speak freely now because I'm like a block and a half away. Dude just had a long pole, like a pause, like a metal pole on him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Crazy, crazy as hell. Bro, better not be there. Sounds crazy. I'm hearing some rustling in the bushes right now. Might just be some rats and raccoons. Hopefully, hold on. If a human pop out, I'm walking home. Fuck all this. It's crazy to think, man. When I was a teen, I used to just be out here for all this shit. Like I wasn't doing nothing crazy or illegal, but I used to just be out here for all this bullshit. And all this shit that I'm talking about right now, it used to be like times 10. But like the older I get, I'm like, I need to move to Japan. Fuck all this. I just need to move to Japan. Like I'm about to live on the side of a mountain. Yeah, man. Yeah, for me, my philosophy is like hard work is an important thing, like to apply every day to some degree. You know what I mean? Whether it's the content or whether it's just working out, something. If you have the resources available, why not use it? Why not take advantage of it? But at the same time, there's a level of just respect and peace I feel like I've been lacking, partly because I've just been growing up in America, you know. And it's like you would think in Seattle or at least in King County, Washington State, you get like, oh, it's so peaceful up there. What you're not dealing with? And I was like, no, but I lived in like a certain pocket where it's just like the worst shit would just be happening. Police didn't care if you was getting fucked up, like shit like that. So like, I just need to move on with my life. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. That's how I feel. Japan is a good choice. They got cheap houses. Yep, out in the countryside, but it's hard work to maintain and restore them. So I went to the actual, which is funny. Yeah, that makes yeah. So it's funny. I went to the Japanese school where I was trying to learn the Japanese stuff. I said so. I asked the lady. I was like, because they have to buzz you into the door because where they're at, it's hella like homeless in that area. So they have to see who's on the outside with the cameras, and they buzz me in. I'm surprised they let me in, but I guess I look nice enough. But they're like, yeah, if you wanted to do the classes, it's going to be online. You can't do it in person. I was like, okay, that's fair. And I started talking to her about it. She said, oh, you want to move to Japan? Okay, all you need is about 6,000 bucks US. You can buy a home out there. I was like, what, 6,000 bucks? She said, yeah, it's more of a fixer upper, but you guys are young, so you guys can be able to um, work on it. Like you guys are able to work. And I was like, that's not bad though. If I just save up 6,000 and just spend on a house, and then in theory, I would want to save maybe another 6,000. So then that way I can just have the energy and the whatever to pay for the fixer upper type shit. But I've never worked on a house before, but I'm nice with my hands still, so it doesn't seem like a bad idea. Plus, you see like old people working on houses all the time, and it's just like it's no shade to them. It's just like if they're able to do it, then it's like yeah, someone of my like age and whatever can do it, like piece by piece, day by day. I just don't know if I'll be able to handle those Japan winters, but it'll probably like be like a fun thing. Like, I'll probably just be in a better mindset, just somewhere else, just in a complete different country, in theory at least. Yeah. Let's see, pulling up. The car's just hella close. Like, what? The car was tailing the other car hella close. The fuck? They might have been driving together. Hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be challenging but refreshing in a good way. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. It'd be pretty cool. It might just start moving in a second. There it is, 10%. Yep. All right, y'all. There it is. Hit the 90-minute mark. Also, we're at the 10% battery. So Flycon's probably the only person here, but for everyone that dropped in, I appreciate you guys dropping in and out. Appreciate it. It's a late night one, late night joint. Hey man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. Oh shit, wrong button. Oh shit.